Hi guys, welcome to episode 1 When They Talk But God Moves, in a series I've titled Heaven Responds Louder. Have you ever noticed how loud people get when they feel like whatever they've projected against you is happening? Let's say one day you just woke up and you're feeling low, and because they want to see you miserable, they're happy. You know, they talk, they whisper, they make up stories about you behind your back that you've never lived. And it's really painful, especially when it's coming from people that you once called family, when it's coming from those people that you actually looked up to as leaders, from that one friend that you held dearly in your heart, that if anything happened, you're going to be there to fight for them. But one thing I've learned in my quiet moment is this: when heaven seems like it's silent, it does not mean that it's absent. God sometimes does not clap back because we expect Him to just come through straight away, but then sometimes He's preparing for a comeback. What am I saying? In the book of Genesis, chapter 39, the last chapters, we're seeing Joseph being put into prison, right? This is a man that was lied on. He was betrayed. Joseph was locked up in prison for something that he did not even do. This is a time when I'm expecting God to say something, but then He's just silent. I'm expecting fire from heaven to open those prison gates. I'm expecting a voice to just prove his innocence, but there's just silence. There is nothing that is happening. But then years later, I'm seeing him now walking, stepping out from prison into the palace, not because he proved himself, but because God did. So let them talk, let them throw stones, because when God finally moves, it shuts every mouth up. God's promotion is louder than their persecution. Sometimes we're feeling like God is just silent, but because He's silent in that moment does not mean that He's absent in that moment. So stay focused, stay pure, because when heaven responds, it responds louder than whatever they've been saying.